Welcome to the beautiful Cotswolds. You're not here, too bad for you, but I am, and this is the legendary Whittington Press. I'm Stephen J. Fowler, a poet and performer, and this is Pat Randle of Nomad Letterpress and Angie Butler of AB Press, two of the most warm-hearted and wonderful printers and artists you will ever meet. This is our collaborative book, Guillaume the Ninth, Crusader Troubadour. It has a longer run-on title, but this video is about the process of us making this book. It has been a completely unique, wonderful collaborative process. That's a dead fly. I thought it was interesting. Forgive me if this video is boring. It is supposed to show an insight not only to the collaborative process, but the innards and the workings of the famed Whittington Press. And I hope it is a memento for me and for you, if you're watching it, of what the process is behind a beautiful, rarefied, letterpress printed book. We're going to do a limited edition book of this, and I will tell you about it as this video goes on. Boring as it may be to many of you. Tough. This took place, this film, on November 25th, 2022, to date myself. And essentially, Pat, Angie and I had worked together before. Oh, there we go. This is the proof. This is the proofing day. And essentially what happened is I wrote new poems. Guillaume, a new series I'm starting, hopefully one day a full book. Short poems with a constraint set by Angie and Pat. We had worked together before, thanks to Angie's amazing curation from UWE and the Centre for Print Research in Bristol. We had come together and made another publication, and we decided we enjoyed it so much we'll make a brand new limited edition letterpress publication, which we think we're going to come out in 100 copies. And I wrote these poems about this Guillaume because of a trip.
I'll take that. I'll frame that bad boy.
First ever troubadour who was also a crusader. And then we found that in this small village of Whittington, where Pat's press is situated, that there was a crusader, Richard de Croups, Sir Richard de Croups, or Croupes, buried nearby. And so I wrote this little weird suite of poems about Guillaume visiting Richard in this village, in this area where the press is, with Angie and Pat featured in the poem. So it's self-referential, slightly meta, slightly place-specific, as Pat would say. Onions Valor, Guillaume Wales. Begone, fiend, lust is poetry divine, and not yours to give. I fornicate in God's name. Fine dining, my holy words do banish thee, and thy ugly whelp. Onions Valor. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil the poem sequence, but anyway, Guillaume visits Whittington, meets his mate Richard de Croups. They'd been on a crusade, they're having some din-dins, and the devil appears, etc., etc. The more interesting thing, perhaps, than my poetry is the process. I wrote these poems set with a condition that Pat and Angie gave me, which was we'd do it in wood type, and it would go up, the typeface would go up in ascending order. So I only had so many characters per page to write the poems. I did that, and I visited Pat and Angie. We've met up 3 or 4 or 5 times for this project already. It's a real embedded collaborative. It's a friendship. It's a joyous friendship, spending time together and doing this. And then when I came with these poems, written to the general constraints of what would fit on each page in going up in ascending order or something like that, what we found were, working with these different typefaces with wood type, we didn't quite have all the letters for all the words as written. So live, as we were laying out the type and working out what would go on each page, we were changing the words. And so essentially Pat and Angie were editing, rewriting, and collaborating with me on the text itself. It's amazing. We spent 2 days doing that, watching the words transform, and essentially much improving the poem, because it was changing not only to the constraint and conditions, Oulipo style, but it was growing and generating between the 3 of us, because it was about word choices. Can Guillaume go to the toilet, or does he have to nip to the loo? You know, that's not an actual example, but stuff like that did happen. And then I've come back to spend time in Whittington Press, so I can actually help learn how to set the type together, how to, place it, how the ink is working, and how it's all actually happening as a mechanical, engineered printing process, which has been remarkable for me. So I've been useless, but I've tried. And that's it. So you can see from this amazing footage what a wonderful place Whittington Press is. And although Angie and Pat look extremely concentrated here, it's because I'm filming. They're incredibly funny, jovial, lovely people and very kind to me. And I love working with them, and I hope this video is vaguely interesting as a precursor to what will be released in 2023, which is Guillaume, the Ninth of Poitiers meets Sir Richard de Croux in Whittington Press, or a shorter title. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful. I'm very lucky. Thank you very much for listening.
Front of it then. So we go, that's now the title page, isn't it?
We can have the fly in.
Got the fly.
Oh, yeah.
Another dead fly. Wonder if we could get 100 flies to go in.
I bet we could.
So this sits nicely. Just needs attention, doesn't it? And I think it's much more effective. That's a lovely spread, isn't it?
And it's so nice and works so well as the double page as well.
Yeah.
Boom.